Samba by 5B. Journey for our learning in what has been a very strange year.
Strange, but one that we will never forget.
Constantly having to wash our hands.
Before break, after break, before lunch, after lunch.
Staying in our year group bubbles.
Starting and finishing after different times to our brothers and sisters.
Our lunch hour being cut to 45 minutes.
All the adults having to wear rubber gloves and cleaning the tables.
Whole school assemblies and being able to see Lizzie's Menace's note page.
Teachers and parents wearing masks on school site.
Sticking to our playground zone.
And not mixing with our brothers and sisters at break and lunch.
Every day on Newsround, another story about COVID.
Anyway, back to the assembly. We can't spend too long reminiscing. Let's show off some of the great learning that we have completed this year.
It started in September when we met our new teachers. Our first theme was a history one, focusing all around the Victorian in Plymouth. We learned how Plymouth and other large cities went through drastic changes during the Victorian era.
Yeah, that was mainly thanks to the Industrial Revolution.
Before the Victorian era, many people were working on farms and living on the countryside.
However, during the 1800s, many factories were built in towns and cities.
This resulted in less jobs in the countryside as the factories were producing machines, which made farming jobs easier and required less people to work on the farms.
Consequently, large numbers of people moved into towns and cities to find jobs.
Unfortunately, the towns and cities weren't ready for the arrival of so many people, and they had to quickly build houses to provide accommodation. As a result, these houses were poorly built.
Not everyone could afford a house, so much families rented a single room in a large house.
Just like Jim Jarvis and his family in that classroom on Street Road.
Lots of people lived in close confinement in houses with poor sanitation, which led to diseases like cholera spreading very quickly.
Unfortunately, many people died.
Many that did survive struggled to support themselves. They often became homeless and were forced to live in the workhouse.
A workhouse was a large grim building where paupers would have to undertake painstaking jobs in return for a bed and food.
Things weren't all bad during the Victorian era though.
The economy was greatly boosted by the arrival of the railway.
It provided many jobs in a range of different industries. The railway allowed people to travel to Plymouth for holidays by the seaside, resulting in a new growing tourism industry.
Fishermen benefit too. They were able to sell their catches to people further afield rather than just the locals.
Fish could be landed in the morning on Plymouth Barbican and be served in a posh restaurant in London by the evening.
Wow, I can't believe we learnt so much but can remember so much of it too.
I know, I think our graphic organisers have really helped us. Seeing a picture with a word has really supported us in remembering so much information. Yeah, I agree. What's next? Well, after Christmas, our learning became very different.
Our learning went online and we had to remember to charge our devices.
The teachers constantly made themselves.
Trying to listen whilst Mum and Dad were watching TV behind me. Mrs. Williams nicknamed Mr. Benson Mr. Zoom.
Parents checking we were online.
Mum learning with me.
And don't forget, we were still able to socialise with our friends with a weekly Zoom scavenger hunt. But some of us still had to come to school.
But we did get Cake Friday.
That really was a strange time.
It was. I really hope we don't have to do that again.
Me too.
Me too. So we better share our most recent learning that has taken place since Easter.
Yes, you're right. Our learning has taken a geographical turn this term.
Destination South America.
And with it, another graphic organiser.
True, but it has helped us remember the facts that we need to know.
South America is the fourth largest continent in the world. Most of it is in the southern hemisphere.
It has 3 main physical regions.
It is made up of 12 countries. Brazil is the largest country.
Most of Brazil is largely covered with the Amazon rainforest, which is the largest rainforest in the world.
The Andes mountain range, which is found in the west of the South America, travels through 7 of the 12 countries.
Of the 12 countries, 2 of them, Bolivia and Paraguay, are landlocked.
That means those 2 countries don't have a coastline.
They're surrounded completely by other countries.
We spent time using an atlas and our geograph skills to find our landlocked countries around the world.
There are 44 landlocked countries across the world. Afghanistan, Andorra, Armenia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Bhutan, Bolivia, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi,
Central African Republic, Chad, Czech Republic, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Hungary, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Lesotho and Liechtenstein.
Luxembourg, Malawi, Mali, Moldova, Angola, Nepal, Niger, North Macedonia, Paraguay, Rwanda, San Marino,
Serbia, Slovakia, South Sudan, Switzerland, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uganda, Uzbekistan, Vatican City, West Bank, Zambia and Zimbabwe. Wow, that's a lot of landlocked countries.
It is indeed. Shall we get back to talking about South America? Yes, let's talk more about those 3 physical regions.
South America, the 4th largest continent in the world, can be divided into 3 physical regions: mountains and highlands, river basins and coastal plains.
The mountains and coastal plains generally run in a north-south direction, and the highlands and river basins generally run in an east-west direction.
It is a continent of extremes. It's home to the world's largest river, the Amazon, and the world's driest place, the Atacama Desert.
South America's extreme geographic variation causes the continent's large numbers of biomes, a community of animals and plants that spreads over an area with a uniform climate.
First up, the mountains and highlands.
South America's primary mountain system, the Andes, is the world's largest mountain range. Its range covers about 8,850 kilometres. The UK is 1,000 kilometres from its northmost point to its most southerly point.
Wait, you're telling me that the mountain range is 8 times longer than the whole of the UK?
Yep, pretty incredible, isn't it?
The tallest peak in the Andes mountain range, Aconcagua, is 6,962 meters tall. It is the tallest mountain outside of Asia.
There are hundreds of other peaks more than 4,500 meters tall along the Andes mountain range, most of which are volcanic.
Right, coastal plains next.
A coastal plain is an area of low flat land next to a coast. They are normally separated from the rest of the interior by nearby landforms such as mountains.
There are 2 major coastal plains in South America. One can be found on the northeastern coast of Brazil and the Atlantic Ocean.
The other is on the western side of South America on the Pacific coast of Peru and Chile.
The coastal plains are extremely dry.
The Atacama Desert, which is part of the coastal plain on the west of South America, covers 105,000 kilometers squared. It is the driest place on Earth, with the average rainfall being 1 millimeter.
Some parts of the Atacama have never had rain recorded in its history. As a result, very few plants and animals can survive in this desert.
Finally, river basins. A river basin is an area of land from which all the water flows into the particular river.
South America has 3 important river basins: the Amazon, and Paraguay. The Amazon River Basin has an area of almost 7 million square kilometres, making it the largest watershed in the world. The basin, which covers most of the northern South America, is fed by tributaries from the glaciers of the Andes.
Every second, the Amazon River empties 209,000 cubic meters of fresh water into the Atlantic Ocean.
Why is there so much water? What causes the climate in a rainforest?
That's caused by an imaginary line that runs around the Earth.
Well, actually, 3 imaginary lines. Yes, the equator and the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. Let's find out how by using this simple flow diagram.
The world's rainforests are located around the equator and tropics. This results in high temperatures, which cause rapid evaporations, which leads to frequent rain around forested areas in the tropics.